Hello, everybody. Sorry, I had a big announcement to give the players today. Pretty exciting. New system stuff. Um, how's it going? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Sorry for the wait, but the announcement had to be made. So, to that extent, we're gonna get this popped off in a sec. I'm gonna get them ready to roll, and we're just gonna get this bad boy started. All right, give us a sec. All right, we are ready. Announcements have gone out. And the TLDR, um, now that they know, I guess I kind of probably could have just unmuted, but whatever. Pretty much we're going to be transitioning to the 2024 rules. So be doing 5.5. Um, and I gave them some other insights that I think would be handy for them understanding what we got to do that, and how it's going to be a little rough around the edges because not all the species and all the classes are available in the current rule set. But anywho, let's get this bad boy started. Alrighty.
Oh, I
So,
just saw what you I I just saw what you posted in the Wednesday channel. Are you still thinking about doing that? Is that something that you'd want to mention since we were kind of talking about changes and updates and things?
well, that's particularly to the Wednesday group because you guys have a town that you
Yeah.
that home
Okay.
base. So that's why I present that one.
Yep. Sounds good.
But the TLDR, for those of you who aren't in the Wednesday game, they are doing town building, not like survival game town building, but go out, hit waypoint, NPCs go and get it for you. And everything that the players do affects how the town is built, how it looks, how the people interact, and they have acquisitioned a couple of potential respective shopkeepers, and the idea was having a um, pretty much having a different channel for a market. And if you want to purchase something from the market in town, then the prices are going to be over you know plus tax kind of thing. But if you do it in character and RP, then it'll be at the standard sell price slash potential for haggling. So basically, if you want to buy stuff off screen, it's going to cost more, but you just kind of have it. You just go, "Yep, I bought it, done." But if you do it on screen, then it'll be cheaper, and you know you can potentially bring the cost down. But D&D also has that problem with this magical item costs between $50 and $1,000. Like, okay, well, what's a standard price for a big enough margin like that? But that's the TLDR of it. A market. Um, so who would like to recap? Not Opal, clearly.
Hmm.
I could kind of get us started. Um, so basically, we had just gotten out of this big um, sort of pocket of fey magic that was unbeknownst to us slowing everything down. It was like all time just kind of halted while we were in there, or other way around. Anyway, um, we were trying to figure out which direction we needed to go. We can either go north or south around this kind of area. Um, so Kozik ended up casting a flight spell on himself and Zed, and they both flew up and looked around for a little while. And on the opposite side of this like pocket, there was this something was glinting or shining or shimmering, and caught both of their attention. So they flew back down and kind of discussed everything with the group. Um, and then Kozik proceeded to cast that spell on Opal, so they could both go up. And Opal has the ability to have what is it? Blanking on the word.
Photographic memory.
Yes, thank you. So Opal kind of has the lay of the land from this aerial view, and we were deciding which direction to go. I think Kozik just off of a whim just suggested that we try south, and to check that, to double check to see if that is the right thing to do. Niavara cast augury and basically asked if the direction that we should be going, or if the safe direction, the least dangerous one, is north. And I believe the answer was no. So it was kind of a consensus that we were going to go south. Um, we stayed near this sort of purple hued vegetation, I guess, just so that we knew where this boundary was, and we knew that we were still kind of going in the right direction. And eventually we came across like a shack or a hut, kind of a very small, um, sort of partially maybe dilapidated little cottage. And at first we weren't sure if we wanted to stop, but we ended up going and knocking. And there was a very pleasant, uh, kind of oddly pleasant, like suspiciously pleasant, very old lady that she was just kind of crafting. I think she was sewing something,
Knitting.
or knitting, yeah. Um, and basically told us that she lives out here. Her son takes care of her. Her son should be coming soon with food. Um, and the TLDR of that is he basically is a traveling trader that will get goods from her and go into a nearby town. Um, and he takes care of her. So we waited around to see if he would stop by. He didn't. So we kind of went off to look for him. Um, Ended up coming across this area, this again another kind of like cottage nearby, where there was the sun. But I believe it was um Niavara and Veldrin. Might have just been Niavara. They got a really good perception and was able to see that this person, this son, was not who they claimed to be. Some sort of giant, like menacing troll thing, that is basically shapeshifted into the visage of this human man. Um, and Zed kind of approached cautiously and had a conversation. They just didn't really tell us a whole lot. They told us we needed to go east and that we already knew that. And then they mentioned oddly that where they went to go trade was actually inside the big like dome of slow time or whatever we want to call it. So that was kind of odd. Apparently they either aren't affected by it or there's something else going on in there. But we decided pretty hastily to move on. Um, and wasn't it? Didn't we find out that the thing was technically an oni?
Yeah, Neovar figured out that it was an Oni. Um, we were going back forth with the whole party about the question of is it evil, is it not? Is it gonna eat this woman? Is it eating adventurers? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we there was a very
Heated debate.
passionate discussion, yeah, about the morality of the situation. Do we just leave this woman to potentially be consumed by this thing, or if we kill this thing, is that actually putting this woman in a worse situation? It was a very intense conversation, um, and I don't know what we decided to do. I
We
knew that we had
decided to
left
watch
off.
it.
I think we did like a we moved on, and I think we did oh, that's right. We backtracked to the old lady's hut, and we were gonna stay far enough away to where we can't really be seen. We're in the woods, and Zed was going to put his raven up perched in a tree somewhere and get vantage on this hut so that we can just see what happens when this the sun shows back up to visit, and if anything threatening happens, if she seems like she's in danger, then we would spring into action. Otherwise, if it's a normal sort of visit where they have tea and a nice meal, then we would just be on our way. And I believe that's where we had left off. We had kind of sat down and made a small little camp, but still trying to be inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Being real slow for me.
And I have inspiration, so someone can take it.
I'll take it. I don't have one.
Yeah, grab it.
Right. Click it. Inspire. Thanks.
And oh, okay. I guess I don't remember if we long rested or if we were just there waiting.
I don't think we got to make. I don't think we made it.
Okay. Let's see.
We just kind of like, okay, we're gonna camp. We're gonna observe.
All right.
Um.
So what's the
Yeah.
plan?
Well.
I think Zed's gonna, like we talked about, send the Raven up out to be I'm picturing perched up in a tree, just kind of mostly out of sight, but um Are there windows to this hut?
Nope.
So we wouldn't be able to see what's going on inside once
You not.
he shows up.
Oh, are you talking about
Interesting.
the old lady's hut or his?
The old lady's hut.
Oh yeah, she had a window or two.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because she was looking out of the window waiting for him to show up. So yeah, I'd want the Raven to be up somewhere to have a vantage of one of the windows to try to see inside. Um, and then Zed will probably just sit down. I'm assuming there's a bunch of just large trees, um, some maybe knocked over and stuff. So he'll probably just sit down next to a trunk of a large tree, kind of make himself small. And then you'll see him just blink a couple times, and his eyes go cosmic, and he's now looking through the Raven, just watching.
And how long are you guys waiting for?
I think we
Before that happens, Veldrin is going to go speak to him, the Oni.
All right. I mean, he's just kind of sitting there, like, he's seated and just whittling.
He approaches and just kind of clears his throat.
I mean, he looks up at you and nods and goes back to, carving some shapes into some wood.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. What's up? And he stops whittling and he just kind of flings the knife into the ground and rests an arm on a knee and leans forward as he's sitting on this stump.
How much do you know about the effects of the Fae that's nearby?
Well, the Fae is a really interesting place to be. Can't say I've studied it. I mean, I'm not
But
a
you said
scholar or anything. I'm just a humble woodsman taking care of his mother.
But you said you trade inside of it.
Yeah, I do.
When we were inside of it, it appeared that we were going slower. How do you know how much time? Like what the difference in the time is?
Can't say I've really noticed.
Not in yourself?
He looks down at his hands and flips them, from under palm to like the top of his hand and looks at it. Not that I've noticed.
What about your mother?
I mean, she doesn't really go in there. She can barely move.
When's the last time you saw her?
Yesterday.
Did you go inside of there since yesterday?
He's kind of quirking a brow. You're really asking a lot of questions as somebody who just walked up on a simple man living his life.
I did ask you if I could ask questions.
Yeah, they're getting real personal. What is it you really want? Because clearly you're here looking for something. Just cut to the chase.
I would like to know everything that you know about the Fae, and my party has a debate that I would like to settle about the nature of your relationship with your mother.
All right, one question at a time. Things about the Fae. Weird stuff let me rephrase that. Weird shit happens all the time. You get used to it after a while. It becomes whatever. Much like you walking through the woods and existing. Weird shit happens all the time. You don't really question it.
No, but some things you notice more than others. Some things might raise a brow.
Can't edit. Yep. Well, like I said, once you start expecting the unexpected, then it's not unexpected and it's just everyday life. Having such a hard time.
Now tell me about your mother.
Good
Because
lady.
after all,
She's had her years, her time in the sun. I'm sure she'll tell you everything about the relationship she's had.
Opal shivers at the mention.
But what I can tell you is that she wasn't always a nice old lady. I could tell you that much. At this point, you need to give me a persuasion. If you delve into any more questions, he seems like he's not really getting tight-lipped, but it's like you're also asking a lot of really personal questions, and people, as you would imagine, it's like they're just chilling in the woods, and then somebody walks up to you and says, "Hey, can we talk? Can I ask you a bunch of questions?" And this it just seems like, "Oh yeah, the wood." You think they're just asking about the woods and stuff, and then it's like, "Oh yeah, so about your mom. Yeah, tell us everything you know about your mom." There's a little bit of suspicion there.
mm-hmm. I got a 14.
Yep, I'm just using this check as determining how they react moving forward. If you have any more questions.
Is there any way that you can assure, I suppose, my own party that you are not intending any ill will toward your mother? Because that is our debate right now.
Ill will, no. I would never hurt my mother.
Could I roll to see if he's lying?
Yep, that would be an insight. Seems like he's telling the truth.
I'm gonna use my inspiration and roll again.
All right. So with an 18, you detect that there's more to the story than he's giving off, but there's also not malice in his tone. Not to say that, you know, he's not going to, but you know how those Fae are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna stab you in the eye, but you do have very stabbable fingers, or I'm not gonna push you down this hill, but this train barreling through might hit you, you know.
Mm-hmm. Vildren's gonna kind of like he's thinking on it for a minute. If I told you that the others were debating on killing you or not, how truthful would that make your answer?
Well, my response would be I'm gonna defend myself.
In relationship to your mother?
Wait, so attacking me?
No.
Wait, I'm confused.
Taking care of her. When I ask you if you are going to be taking care of her, not hurting her, how truthful would that answer be if your answer depended on if you would die or not?
Oh, my answer would be I certainly wouldn't be laying a finger on her in a means of harming her while she still breathes. Is that a good enough answer?
Eldrin's going to will his cat to get Neovara's attention.
Oh my god, I need to speak with my microphone down in order for you to hear me. The religion roll from earlier cubed, by the way. That was me seeing if Neovara, having not recognized what an Oni was, would piece together the oh wait, fuck that I also had this afternoon. Of potentially disrespecting someone in her own religion. But Neovara would see the cat and go, "You are not supposed to be here." And she's going to I don't know what would be funnier. Does she interact with cats? I guess so. She'd probably look up to see what it was trying to get her attention to do. Like, does it walk away once once it sees her getting up?
Yes.
She'll follow it because she knows that it's Veldrin's, and she knows, oh, yeah, druids, they're weird. They can definitely talk to animals and get them to do things.
So it would lead her to Veldrin.
Oh. Oh. Hmm. Hi, sir. She waves as she approaches. Vel, what's up?
Not work.
He will kind of lead her out of earshot of the Oni.
Uh-huh.
He
Not
says that he will not lay a finger on her to do harm while she is breathing.
I mean, he might eat her afterward. That was always sort of my thought.
Yes. So what do we do with that?
I don't know. Is he like? Is he acting like he's a human still?
No indication otherwise other than the disposition.
Hmm. When she glances over to the Oni, does he seem to be watching them?
I mean, he's not looking at you. You can do a perception, I guess. Saving? Go. So with the 26, and how far away were you guys?
Or would Vel have walked Niavara away? Because like she wasn't gonna
They're
make it
just
any
like out of
weirder.
earshot.
20 feet, 30 feet. How far are we talking?
Like 20 feet.
So with the 26, he seems to be aware of people within 20 feet, definitely.
Hmm. Ah.
And also, what's Zed's Raven doing? Because he was scouting around, not sure what he was looking for.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't know what we were doing. I think this was happening before we decided to go back to the other hut.
Oh, I don't like that we got transported into a scene.
I had said that this would be happening before we say like, oh, we wait 3 hours.
I mean, and she sort of like sort of scratches her neck as she's like, ugh. What'd you even ask him, Val? Like, I love you, you're my brother. Do you know how strange of a question it is to ask someone, oh, are you planning on killing your mom?
Under threat of death.
And second question. How did you get there naturally in a conversation?
Very quickly.
I don't know, like the only thing that I could imagine that would be worse to like just mention to this guy offhandedly is like, yeah, we're debating on killing you.
That wasn't my opener.
You said that though?
More or less.
Niavara is going to let the half elf Eladrin persona drop away down to her drow persona. And she's like, why?
You get the answer as quickly as possible.
I mean, like, even if he wasn't planning on hurting her, he might not be wanting to hurt us, like, out of self-defense.
And see, there have not been any blows exchanged.
Oh,
Are you having
well,
this conversation in front of him?
we're like having
Out of
it
earshot.
Okay.
like 20 feet away.
That's what they meant. Okay, I understand now.
And then she's like, listen, I already felt stupid enough when I realized that I should have given him the same amount of grace that I gave Tio when I met her, and I didn't. In part because she's, that. But also, never too late to make a better opener. Though it
I
is
also did never explicitly say that I was planning on killing him.
Niavara's hands come out to his shoulders and grab both of them. And she's like, Val, when you say we, it usually includes I. We, as in a group, that includes me and
But
you.
that does not mean that I was on the side of the debate that wanted to kill him.
Oh my god, you. Oh my god. How do I even salvage this?
Easily. We see what Kozik and Zed are up to. And Opal.
I guess I'm chilling out in whatever, behind the thicket that we were hiding in. I'm like, oh, where'd those two go?
All right, sipping some Earl Grey Archfey tea.
Yeah, I've got some loose leaves in my pouch. But I don't know. I wasn't doing anything particular.
All right, and
Yeah, I think
Opal, Zed, what are you doing?
Zed was just waiting as well.
Yeah, Opal's also waiting.
All right. Just checking.
Well, I don't think the conversation with him could possibly get any stranger now that you've brought that whole shenanigan up. So,
Mike is randomly picking up. What?
gathering her confidence, much in the same way that she did all those sessions ago when she met Tia Moonblade. Niavara, having shifted down into being her normal drow self, walks up to the man. I apologize, my brother is socially inept at the best of times.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Just walk up to somebody living their life in the woods and saying, "Oh yeah, what would you do if we were gonna kill you? How
Everyone
about
is
your
gifted
mom? How
with
is she doing?" To people
know.
you've never met before. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, he suffers. He was not gifted with many of the Shadow's gifts. Or that of the Traveler. No. He's what we might call a shut-in. Love you, Val. And she blows a kiss over her shoulder. I apologize in advance. I was the one that blew the whistle, one might say. Sorry. Not about action, mind. But and she shifts down into being a changeling. Great disguise, might I say, sir.
Yeah, you do definitely seem like you're quite disguised.
And she raises an eyebrow at him. Games, you know, it's a fun game. You're very good at it, sir.
What game are you talking about?
You are an Oni, are you not?
Oh, how perceptive. Yes, I am.
I've never seen one before in person. Having recognized you for claws and such, I got a little spooked. I shared with the humans, and they got even more spooked.
You know, I guess that's just how it is. They can't be trusted.
They have good intentions.
Not the first time I've heard somebody say that.
And I'm sure those good intentions led to painful things.
Well, they're all dead now, so nothing I gotta worry about.
No kidding.
Judy, Toad.
And she'll sit down. My brother is direct, but I think he was just trying to figure out the quickest way to tell them, "Hey, we're being paranoid here." Yeah, my little sister saw the big claws and went, "Oh God, that's a fight I can't win. I'm gonna back out." And she gestures at him. You are really big. It's not my fault. I'm tiny. What sort of natural talents do I have to, defend myself? I don't. I had to learn those.
Well, at least you're smart enough.
That's what I meant. So I apologize. I'll get the paranoid ones out of your hair soon enough. I figured that your mother loves you dearly and you're not gonna hurt her. Which is what I said. Like, you're clearly taking care of her. She's clearly happy and loves you. It's none of our business.
Give me a
And I'm sorry that we
persuasion.
poked ourselves in.
Give me a persuasion.
Oh, persuasion. For telling him, hey, I'm sorry, we're gonna get out of your hair soon. I'll convince the others. Oh, middling.
Are you wanting to keep that 13?
Am I gonna get smacked?
You don't
I
know.
mean, I'm telling the truth.
That's all I'm asking. Do you want to keep that 13 or not?
Watch, as I'm going to re-roll this and it's gonna be worse. I shouldn't say that because I'm going to guarantee it to be worse, but why am I not able to re-roll it?
Can't roll it again.
No, you used to be able to like pop up the ability to re-roll. I might be getting it confused.
Just hit the roll again. It's
Let's
gonna be
try
the same
again.
thing.
Ooh, the sheet is going slow. Come on, persuasion, pop up. Yep, worse. Should have
Pretty
kept
much
the
13.
13.
All right, continue.
Anyway, I apologize. My brother and I get it. Get it. Drow, changeling. We're used to bad assumptions about us, our character. And so she stands up, brushes herself off. I will be back off on my journey. Apologize, sir. She reassumes the visage of Niavara, grabs Veldrin's hand to say, okay, we're just telling them that we're leaving. This is enough.
I'm fine with that.
She will turn around to ask him, like, okay, sorry, one question. What is the deal of the cat in the area over there?
What cat?
There's some sort of fey cat thing that lives in the woods over there.
If I ever interacted with it, it stayed away. Well, I should say, if it ever tried to interact with me, I never noticed it.
Well, I'm just gonna be real here. With all love, care, and respect, sir, you are a big man. If any fae would be stupid to try and fuck with you. It was very happy to fuck with me, and I'm mad about it. I was just interested if you've obviously lived here long enough that maybe you cross paths. Oh well. I will have to live with my decisions.
Yeah, those fake can be real tricky.
No. Good. I'm one of them. Unfortunately. Vel's hand in hers. Make sure you have your cat. Let's tell the others that we are going. And she'll keep on marching them back, like frog marching Veldrin back over to the camp.
All right, and as you're leaving, he goes into his hut for a second, and then comes back out with like what seems like half of a bear, and he just starts carving into it.
Yeah, real. She will keep on walking all the way back, until she sees the campfire in Zedrun.
Zed, who's completely and utterly unawares.
She'll whistle extremely loudly. All right, Zedrun, get up. We're leaving. If he doesn't respond, she'll
follow.
Okay. Awesome. Opal, Kozik. Number 1,
Yes.
not worth our time. Number 2, lost any ability to like do this any sort of stealthily. Veldrin, I love you, my dear. You should ask before you handle such things. At least me. Like, I would have probably let you do it anyway. It'd be funny. Either way, Mr. Oni
do
knows. Mr. Oni knows that we're like basically like right here, and we probably ought to go really soon.
Great.
Yeah. We do think that he is being nice to his mom.
Right. So we're not going to attack him?
No.
We're in danger?
Probably not, but like, okay.
We might overstay our welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vel might have said to him that some of our party are like debating if we should kill him or not. You know. Not exactly.
Zed just turns slowly, kind of like with his brows kind of like furled, and just looks over at Veldrin, just like slightly shaking his head, just what?
It told us if we could leave or not.
And Anna puts an arm on his shoulder as she's like, do you see, Zedrun? Do you see?
Zed's just gonna, he's like, with one hand, just kind of like, brushes his hair just back, just one kind of like big, long, from forehead down to like the back of his hair, just kind of brushing it all back. Like, all right, yeah, we should probably head out then.
Real soon.
Yes, let us leave. If we have determined that it is not, in fact, a dangerous old woman.
It's not a danger. What it'll be a danger to is that if we overstay our welcome, and if it thinks that we're a
Then
threat
let's
to
stop
him,
talking about it.
Yeah, it's a
leave.
fucking Oni.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Why did you think it was an okay idea to say we would attack him? I was saying we come in and figure out if he's a danger or not immediately rush in and murder him before he had a chance to explain himself, Veldrin.
And that's what I was giving him.
You
Well,
could have at
there
least
was, if we're
better.
gonna keep moving, there was that like weird sort of glinty, shimmery thing that I believe Opal and myself and Kozik saw.
Oh? Where'd you guys see it?
It was on the other side of the weird Fey area.
Also,
You know what?
everybody
Let's-
can make me a perception check real quick.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Or you perception.
We are doing so well, everyone.
They'll take
Zed is
care of
doing
that, it's
perfectly
good.
fine.
Zedrin, you have the only eyes and ears of this whole party, it seems. Vel might, depending.
Zed. So, as you're having this conversation, Zed, you notice, like, just by happenstance, maybe it's the angle you're standing at, maybe it's the fact that, your head moved in a way that, as you were brushing your fingers through your hair. But you notice that man is just sitting on like leaning against the tree, just nodding in agreement. A hand on his chin.
And he's like staring at us.
He's kind of doing that, like, staring, but like indirectly staring. Not like eyes dead center on you, but just sort of like head down, fingers on chin, eyes like, doing the side eye kind of thing. And he's just like nodding and like,
Um, um, oh
almost,
man.
almost like he
That's it.
sees you seeing him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can I insight check? I
You
guess
can always
just to get
try.
a perspective. Um, I'll take that.
So, with the insight, you get the feeling that he has been there since Neavara and Veldrin walked away. Like, probably not too long after, right? Because they came back to the camp, um, and just sort of had a chit chat. And you get the feeling that he's been there listening the whole time. Because you guys aren't exactly stealthy. It's like, yeah, we're leaving. So, let's see. And with the insight, there's a little bit of curiosity. There's a little bit of there's no, yeah, you don't really sense malice. It's curiosity and contemplation.
Um, did I notice, or well, if I just noticed him, it'd be hard to say. Um, Zed would um sign to Niavara and Thieves Can't, and she might get it. I think we've kind of worked it out that she's got the signing down now too, but maybe it's just a little broken Thieves Can't. But um, he's gonna notice this guy, but he's probably looking at either Veldrin or Niavara, but almost kind of like that, like you're looking at someone or in their direction, but you're kind of like looking past them. And so he's looking at this guy, but it kind of looks like he's nonchalant, just paying attention to the conversation. And he's gonna sign to Niavara. I he's over there listening to everything that we say right now.
Niavara had been like, you know, little bit jockeying of her brother there, being like, yeah, you could see his point and like how he's, and then as soon as Zedrin says it, like the Diasmond sentence, he's like, keeper, take me now.
So I guess he's gonna say out loud, I guess, yeah, let's move on. Uh, I hope none of y'all are really hungry because I tried to go hunting earlier and I couldn't find anything. But yeah, I guess let's head on. And he's gonna kind of gesture, uh, in like off east in that direction. Um,
Yeah, I'm ready to get going.
It's like a plan indeed. I have not done well leading. So yeah.
Let's go then. Veldrin, will you be assisting?
Yes.
Understood. Thank you. Pain. 16's not bad though.
All right, so they went. Yeah. Yeah. We're heading east. All right. So pretty much working to avoid Dude Man.
Yes, avoiding the cat.
yeah, I think Zed would have kind of made Niavara aware, but not mention anything or drawn any attention to him at all.
Mm.
And just kind of gestured off east, in the direction that we were going.
All right. So as you start heading east, I mean, you kind of sort of start to lose track of him, but in the corner of your eye, as you're starting to head that way, you see that he has like slumped over his shoulder like a bear pelt and his axe in hand. And he seems to be heading in the direction of the old lady. All right.
Oh fuck! As we're walking, I think if Zed's the only one that notices this, he's gonna be like, just kind of, shit, I forgot something. I'll
Oh.
catch up.
Got something.
What I need to roll insight on a player.
And he's gonna start backing away. He's not like, he didn't just like turn and run, but he's just kind of like almost like finger guns at you guys, like, yeah, I'll be right back. Surely. Soon.
I mean, you can insight it, I guess.
He's gonna start backtracking toward where this guy was heading off to. All right, let's see.
Oh, nice. The same roll.
We do here.
Do we go with the
Oh.
higher modifier or the higher roll? Or do we re-roll?
I know it's typically meets it, beats it, but I don't know who would get that in this scenario.
Because it's PvP, yeah.
Well, it's still within range, so something's up. You don't know what.
That's
Hey
fair.
Zed,
Yeah.
are you sure you want to go by yourself?
He kind of shrugs, and you'll see him just kind of like,
Zedrin,
maybe-
there are better liars than you out there. One of them's in
What-
a party.
Thank you.
I don't
Oh, is
know
it
what that's supposed to mean. It looks like he might be just kind of like fidgeting with his beard or something. But Niavara's gonna sign, or Zed's gonna sign to Niavara again. Um, he had
It's
a
our
pelt, his axe, and he was headed back to Mom's house.
If we go back and it's nothing. Oh wait, Zed. If you go back again, there's nothing stopping him from just murdering you.
Yeah,
Right,
especially
but
by yourself. I
I
know we
but
want to
if
make
I
sure, but okay. Compromise. Okay, we go back as a team together.
Uh,
Opal,
that
you must
might
have forgot something in
that
your
might
in the
look
cabin.
that might look worse maybe because I mean what if I've got a mage hand, I don't even have to get like too close. I'll just grab it and get back.
But what do you do if, like, he is killing the old lady?
I'll make a lot of noise.
And
hmm.
then die before we can get to you.
Well, no, I'll hopefully keep her from dying. And
She is a
y'all are fast, right?
he is a fucking Oni. Do you know how fast they are?
Like, all right, yeah, see ya. He's gonna run off.
Oh my god. Niavar is going to run after him. She is well
I'm gonna
versed in the art of the rushing into danger.
I'm gonna definitely stealth check as well.
Oh damn.
We know what we're doing. Oh, I
I'm not.
suppose
No, no,
it's
no.
for
This
the
wasn't to hide
Oni.
from you guys. This was to hide from the Oni.
And I think Niavar is going to up the ante by casting Pass Without Trace.
Okay, that's plus 10. All right, so that's two people running back. What's Opal, Kozik, and
I'm gonna stay here. That's usually my plan of action. People start running off the brush.
Opal's hand slaps into her face with an audible clack.
That's really funny.
Valdrin, what do you think we should do?
He said that he would not lay a finger on her to hurt her while she is breathing.
And being a fae, I'm assuming that doesn't include giant axes built for a chop.
Well, most likely not.
most likely not. Uh,
Hmm. Alright.
But also, I did not necessarily feel like he was very threatening.
How do you think he'll react to two of us going back, not 5 minutes after?
I think it could go poorly.
Hmm.
A question
Then
cubed
I.
about the find familiar.
Hmm?
While I'm looking through its eyes, I can't see anything around me. What's the like mechanic for that?
you are
I can't
blind and
hear.
deaf for the
Okay,
purposes of your character.
but I could be like shaken or dragged. I'm not like paralyzed, right?
Correct.
Okay,
It's just all of your senses get transferred to the thing you're looking through.
got it.
All right, so there's pass without a trace.
It adds a 10 to our roll.
And are you doing this heading back or while you're still
To the group, as like when they start running, she casts it so that it's all in all of them. Just in case they join her. And then she follows Zedrin.
+10? Okay.
Which I'm
33
sure
and 25.
Niavara can tell Zed's not rushing back. He's very methodically making his way back, and he'll stop every couple steps and just look between a couple of trees and then keep moving. Very much trying not to be noticed. When we get to potential eyesight of that like hut of Mom's place, I think Zed would like to like hide behind one of these trees or something and look through the raven, fly the raven over there and just have a little peek.
Roy to you.
But like I was saying, like moving slowly, so if the group was going to try and chase after us, it wouldn't be like a foot race. You'd probably come upon us pretty quickly.
Well, I guess that's up to the group. We know Kozik is sitting tight, holding down the fort.
Yep.
So I guess the question is, what's Veldrin and Opal doing?
Should we follow them? Veldrin.
If we follow them, that could make things worse, but they could be bad already.
My thoughts exactly. If we follow them and nothing's wrong, well, you know. Oopsie
It
daisy.
could also make a
right.
problem.
I understand that. But I also don't want to see two of our party members perish in a dump. Do you want Niavara to potentially die against this creature?
No. But
Well, I certainly I,
What did you say, Kozik?
I certainly don't want to see Niavara perish either. But maybe it's best to hang back as reserve. They're not so far away.
if one of them screamed, we could hear them.
Fine. We won't keep moving, we'll wait. Hopefully that statement is true and we do hear them. They need help. And
Cool.
Opal will take a seat. To tree.
That scene. Add to some tension here. God.
Veldrin will just like lean against a tree.
Okay, give me.
Yeah, and I'm hanging up. I got my eyes peeled though, to see if anybody's passed.
This one. Grabbing a scene. There it is. All right, so you make your way to being sneaky.
As possible. Yeah.
And you're peering through the woods as this individual makes his way to the old woman's hut, and once he gets to the door, the front of the hut, he leans his axe against the hut, and you see like as he pulls the bear pelt like from over his shoulders, there's also like food and stuff, kind of under it, almost like I guess almost like a blanket or a cover.
Mhm.
And then he knocks, and then the old lady's like, "Come in," and he lets himself in. And then the door closes behind him.
Can I see in the window with the raven?
And
From a
you try and
distance.
so you try and uh, get the raven in a position where it can, because it is
Yeah.
a hut, so you sort of have to be at least
Yeah.
somewhat kind of on the level.
Right, like the right sort of angle. Yeah. Probably I still want to be like in the tree line. Um,
All right.
but
So
yeah, probably perched on some sort of branch, however far away. Just trying to see anything inside.
so as you are getting your bird in position, you hear the sound of something breaking inside, or something falling over. And basically, like when your raven perches and looks in the window, it's like covered in like steam, kind of like a shower, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really see
He'll
in.
blink, like and back and just whisper to Niavara. Ah, he left his axe, but I can't see inside.
Okay, so we can't see in, but the axe is
Like
outside. He was bringing in food, though, right?
I. He's gonna blink back into the eyes of the raven and see uh that perspective again.
I mean, the steam is still like on the window, like they
Nothing
haven't wiped
changed.
it
Yeah.
off.
Um, I guess you probably do like with the raven, just a wide sort of um like a circle kind of flying around just to see if there was another window to get another vantage. I'm assuming if there is that it's probably all fogged up as well.
Yep, it seems pretty foggy in there, or steam, not really fog, but steam, like condensation on the window thing, kind of thing.
Hmm? Um, so he'll kind of like blink back and oh, I I thought I heard something like a crash or something falling over maybe, but I can't see in any of the windows.
And she sort of thinks on it. Okay. Can you hear anything going on?
Nothing other than that.
But no scream or anything. Do birds smell?
It would have to get much closer.
Um, I would have the raven fly from where it is, like perched on one of the trees, and just land on the roof.
There's a bird on a roof in a forest.
Yeah.
I can't think of a limerick.
So I like can't hear anything going on. Can like conversation or anything potentially?
I don't know. Give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
but with disadvantage because it's outside, trying to listen in through a roof.
Yeah, makes sense. 10.
Nope. Like I said, your birds landed on the roof, and you're like, imagine trying to listen to a conversation while on top of somebody's house with all the doors and windows closed. Kind of
I
tricky.
guess, could I hear, even if I couldn't hear the conversation, could I hear like murmured voices, or is it just I'm not getting anything?
Well, you're not getting anything on account of you're also in a forest, so there's a lot of other
Yeah,
ambient noise that
for
drowns
sure.
out what you would even try to hear.
Um,
You know what? I have a pretty good sense for the smell of blood. That's just that's not anything biological. That's uh, practice.
Zed blinks back from being in the eyes of the raven. Right, so and you're probably gonna have the raven come back. Oh, sorry, were you saying something?
Yes. And she sort of shifts herself down into being something a little bit more stuffed. And she takes off Miss Sarissa's coat because it doesn't quite fit her, and she stuffs up part of her dress into her belt, and she's like, I'm, a little gnome. I'm going to go up and see what I can make of that conversation.
Gnome.
And see if I smell blood. Death has a smell. I'll go up to one of the sides. And because Neovar had been inside, she probably knows the best part of the house that's not covered in stuff to try and listen into.
I mean, there's a door and two windows.
So she's going to very cautiously go up to one of the sides. She puts her ear to the wood quietly, what might she hear?
Give me a perception check. And you're not on a roof, but
The side. I know, the perception enhancing qualities of a roof notwithstanding.
Um, so you would definitely hear some mumbled chatter between the two of them. And let's see, so your stealth was 25.
25 at the end, yeah.
All right, so you got your ear to the window. Oh, wait, what's going on?
The wall.
Thought I heard a alert go off,
Just a little gnome.
but my thing didn't pop up. That's weird. Huh. Yeah, so you go to do that, and you can hear footsteps come to the window, and eventually you hear like a sleeve or something being rubbed against the window, like somebody's wiping it off. And then there's a window that gets open, and you know,
That's called get slowly behind the cabin. Like go behind it so that you can get out of it without being as soon as like she sees hand on window. She's like, yeah, get out of dodge by going behind the cabin.
okay, all right. So when the window's open, you see like steam like rising out of the window. It's really steamy in there.
Don't think Niavara wants to know what's going on there, but that's okay because she hears two voices. In which case, she'll walk behind the cabin very quietly, softly on her feet. Is the other window open?
It is not.
Okay, she's
Oh
going
wait,
to.
so hold on. So this is after that. Actually, it would be because they're. It seems like they're airing the place out.
Okay. Is there any woods behind the cabin?
Oh, there's woods everywhere.
Okay. In which case, Niavar would probably go to the woods first to retreat before she makes her way back around to Zed. She would give the cabin a 40-foot berth.
All right. Well, so if you were peering around the other window, you probably would have heard part of the conversation being along the lines therein of, there were some people asking for you. They were really weird. Are you okay? And you'd have heard the one be like, yes, there were some lovely people here earlier. And they didn't do anything to you? No, no. They were quite lovely. They listened to some of my stories when I was a young maid. I know, Mon, I know. And yeah,
Pure relief at this point. She's still gonna give the cabin a huge ass berth. Because no way.
and you were looking inside. Did that. Okay. Give me an Arcana.
I'm not very good at that. I'm better at that than I thought, but still not very good at that.
Ooh, ow, that was itchy. So a 13. Hmm. Something's off, but you're not sure what. In the winds of magic. But that's all you get on the 13.
Yeah. Do I have so it's only just that something's off?
On the 13, yep.
Mm. She'll make her way using the woods as cover back around to Zed.
Alrighty.
And to Zed go, oh my god. Something is weird in there. I don't know what. You may have realized this, Zedrin, but I'm not very smart. I'm not very good at magic. I'm good at clerical magic, beseeching help from my gods. But actually, like, knowing the do houses, no, that's not me. Something strange is going on there. I know that, but I can't put my finger on what. I'm hearing them chat. You know, I'm gonna roll a history check. Do I remember if I saw any like tea sets? Actually, no. Even then, like I don't know what on earth would cause that much. Would anything in her cabin cause that much steam?
Not it. No, because I believe you guys were looking around before.
Mm-hmm. I no Niavara was in there for quite some time, and Opal was in there even longer. And
To
I
be
don't
fair,
remember
Opal
seeing.
had the joy of hearing every story.
Yes. I don't remember seeing anything that would have caused that much steam to build up in there. I mean, it's horrible of me to suggest this, but like, could he be cooking her?
Cooking her alive.
Oh, I don't want to sound weird. Oh, by the way, I didn't actually forget it, and he's gonna hold up one of his lockpicks. I
Uh-huh.
didn't have to come back at all. Um,
Oh, I figured that you were coming back to actually see what was going on here.
oh, right. He's realizing that he didn't lie very well. Um, so I don't be weird. What? As a caretaker, um, is it possible that she was just getting a bath?
Maybe. Could be. Like I said, something felt. I don't know. I think even you are better at arcane arts than I am, Zedrin.
I not like really understanding them, I guess. But
I know that's Opal's job. Or Veldrin, to a lesser degree. Fuck, we should have asked Veldrin to come. Veldrin can be a fucking cat and think it like do arcane checks.
well, I didn't want any of you guys to come, so I wanted to just not put anyone in danger. Um, can Zed look back through the Raven? Can he see what's going on inside now that the window's open?
So when you say you didn't want to put anybody in danger, little one chimes in, and that's why he's dead.
And that's why he's dead indeed, little one. Niavara will pat its head. You remember, Zedrin, if you think that, does he not count as a someone? And she gestures to little one's little face.
I think Zed's just gonna blink over and look through the the eyes of the Raven, avoid that question.
So the window is open, and without really having to make a perception check, you see there's steam rising from the house. Um, it looks like a boiling pot of water may have fallen over, because you can see like the water spilled on the just all over the place. And I'm just gonna let me see what you roll. Yep. Okay. So we're kind of looking through the Raven. Okay. Give me a perception check.
Right.
So you see neither of them in the house. And due to the unique angle and astute nature of the burb, you were able to spot like as there's water that has obviously like been knocked over out of this pot. Um, there doesn't really seem to be a fire on anymore, but the water got knocked over. But you can also notice like there's a puddle on the ground, but you also notice that puddle is draining into a crack in the floor. And then you realize it's not a crack, it's a hatch.
Um, so there's you're saying, okay, I can see through the window through the eyes of the Raven, and I don't see anyone in there.
Nope, neither of them are in there.
I'm gonna fly the raven inside the window.
John Locke.
And is this hatch open, or do I just see like the outline of it?
You see the outline of it. Like it wasn't left open.
I guess from here, can I through the raven from that perspective, can I hear anything, any noise coming from that hatch?
At this point, not currently.
Um,
Noise.
is there like food splayed out on the table? Did it look like they were just having a meal? Was there any signs that they were, you know, like doing anything, or is all signs just lead to that hatch?
Well, there's some food on the table. Uh, there's like there's like a pelt of some kind, like rolled up in a corner, but that's about it, other than like the pot. Caroline.
I think you'd fly the raven back out and still like perch up on a tree. Um, and you'd look back to Niavara. So I can't hear anything anymore. I flew the raven inside because I couldn't see anyone in there. There's really no sign of them, but I think all that steam came from a big cauldron of water. Don't know what
Uh-huh.
they were doing, but all that's got knocked over and started draining toward what looked to be a hatch in the floor. That's closed, and I can't hear anything else anymore. I I know it's odd, but without continuing to pry, I don't really have a reason to think anything's going on.
I know, neither do I. Their conversation seemed, he more was anything concerned that we were being weird towards her, or what I was able to hear.
Well,
I think we let it go.
kind of did what we were thinking of doing anyway, and keeping an eye on the whole situation when he
There
showed
was,
up,
yeah.
and we had no real signs that, like direct signs. We obviously, intuition says that there's something fishy going on, but I got I got nothing to go off of outside that.
And we don't know what they're doing. Ugh, I don't know.
I kind of think it's more or
Probably
less
just
like
something
Belgian was saying,
mundane.
it's out of our hands.
Yeah.
Like if we would have gone north, we'd have never found them, and we'd be none the wiser.
Yeah. I think it's more than likely just mundane. Maybe, and she's just floating a theory here. Listen, when I was in there with Opal, there wasn't really a place for anyone to eat or like sleep. She was there in her chair. The
Well,
fact we might have just brought her downstairs.
and wait, that might be where she keeps all of her like knickknacks and things that she makes for sale.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a whole lot of room for any of that either, and we didn't see hardly any of it around.
Yeah.
All right, come
I
on,
think
let's head
it's
back.
just fine.
He's gonna
My
Yep,
have the
perfectly
raven come
fine.
back to him.
Okie dokie.
Neovara will retransform into herself and be like, at worst, they're probably just doing some sort of arcane ritual down there in the basement together. Oni are far more magically talented than I am.
So yeah, I think Zed would kind of notion to start heading back, and
Yep.
we slowly, stealthily try and make our way back to the rest of the group.
Hmm.
Okie dokie. Nothing interrupts your return.
All right. Um, I think Zed would probably send the Raven in first while we were still a little bit of a ways out, and it'll come and just land, kind of like perch and look around at everybody. And a couple moments later, you'd probably hear like um leaves rustling, and um, you know, you see Zed and Niavara just kind of emerge through the brush. I um Basically there's not really any signs of anything. Oh, I got the thing that I forgot.
Yeah.
Can't believe I can't be a rogue and be all swashbuckly and whatnot, and not have my
Miss-
thieves' tools.
Yeah, I can't imagine. My God, Zedran.
You get this other scene ready
And she
because they
stinkers a
are
little bit.
getting to that.
Um, yeah. Otherwise, we didn't really find anything. Did y'all notice there was a hatch on the floor in the old lady's house?
Hatch.
Am I there too? Are you back to
Yeah, we're at the camp
the
with you
rest?
guys.
Yeah, well, I was the first one in, and I didn't seem to notice anything.
Hmm. Zed's just kind of like scratching the side of his head. Well, I don't know. I didn't see anything, and didn't really hear anything.
This scene is having trouble
Well, good.
loading.
Yep. So I guess
Unless
I mean I got
was there a
Oh,
hatch in that house?
oh
A
yeah.
back door, perhaps?
So there was
Well,
like
perhaps we should wait until nightfall, and then we can burgle into her place and get inside and see what's going on there.
Mhm.
For what gain?
Zed pulls out his thieves tools. I did get these back.
But
Wonderful.
what
Of
would
course,
what would we
I
gain?
jest.
I don't know, except for maybe getting in trouble for breaking into an Oni's mother's home.
Okay. You two went back, and I'm assuming nothing was wrong with the Oni.
We didn't. Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, at
Then
first it
we
was
are
all steamy,
leaving.
and then yeah, that's kind of what I was suggesting.
We're not breaking into an Oni's grandmother's
That's probably a
basement.
bad idea. Yeah.
I think we've harassed these folks long enough.
We
Yeah.
did do something very strange.
Huh?
Many strange things, actually.
Although there may still be secrets to uncover, I think we have to leave these folks be.
Yeah, my thought was too, if we ended up going north, I mean, we'd never run into them. They just we don't even know they exist. So
A
put
chance
it all
encounter
behind
in
us
the
and
woods.
keep going. I am still curious about what that thing was that was all shimmering off in the distance as well. So
And me too. Yeah, I think we should try and make our way that direction.
I lead on. He's gonna kind of gesture toward Opal.
All right, let's get back. Let's get back to moving. I need to reroll survival. Yes,
But you do get help.
Opal's flow has been messed up sufficiently. And thank you, Vildren.
Grab this, that. Make sure that's clear. Okay. All right. So you're continuing towards the light, or where you saw the reflective flicker. Yeah. Fine. Reloading scene. Reloading scene.
Alrighty, let us go towards the totally not horrifying light. Yippee!
Okay. Give me 1 second. Scene is taking forever to load. Looks like time to refresh browser. A momento. Oh. This. Okay. Refreshed. So, you're continuing towards this light source. And let's see. What time of day would it be at this point? They long rested. Then they spent a bunch of time here. So morning, noon. Okay, so let's say it's a little bit after. It's definitely afternoon. I'd probably say the equivalent of about 2 or 3 p.m. So it's still daytime. Yeah, because you woke up, walked around, talked to people, did a bunch of stuff, waited things out. Yeah, I'd say it's around like 2, let's say 2:30. So the sun is still out. The ambient sounds of nature continue to essentially be everywhere. And you start to come up to what seems like that an outhouse? Just an outhouse in the middle of the woods. Like it granted it's in a pretty somewhat dense location of the forest. But it is definitely this wooden little outhouse kind of tucked away. But it's very obscured by the density of the trees.
Well, that's something.
I just haven't put them on the map yet because they'd be like on the edge.
An
Yeah, let's see
outhouse
if I
here
could.
would usually mean something like a hunter's cabin.
Okay, let's try this. Can I fit them all?
I would think. Have we seen any trails?
For all we know, this could just be the outhouse of that Oni.
Oh, that would be disturbing. Let's go look.
I cannot hear Opal. You were talking real quiet.
Oh, for all we know, this could be the outhouse of that Oni.
How grim. Let's go find out.
Why is this thing? Okay. What was that?
At least if he shows up, we can say, oh, one of us needed to use the restroom.
I
Yes, let us
mean,
go.
So is there like a moon on the front of this outhouse or something? How do we know?
So I mean, it just kind of it fits the description of an outhouse. Like
Okay.
it's this little tiny, wooden structure that the door is probably open, so you'd see the porta-john inside.
Okay. How luxurious out here in the wilderness. Wow. So who's going to approach it?
What can they see?
I think Niavara will. She's no stranger to the things I've discussed.
Hmm.
Check my walls, make sure they're
Yeah.
Firstly, she's going to see if there's like a trail leading up to it here or there, and she's also going to see, does it smell? Both are disgusting things, but you get an idea if it's been recently used. And the trail also helps tell her what direction does it go, the way that they came or somewhere else.
so a perception. What are you perceiving for?
She's looking for a trail around the outhouse. Obviously, if you go into the John, you're going to leave, generalized hints
Typically,
that you were
yes,
there once.
but you don't find a trail.
And two, does it smell?
It does indeed. Open character sheet. Not concentrating
In
on
which
that.
case, she's just gonna open the door.
I
And
mean,
doesn't smell like the usual stuff.
oh, it does. Oh, it definitely do. But it's not as potent because the door was already open, so it's probably had plenty of time to air out. But that being said, it also means, exposure to elements also means more potential exposure to detritus that would feed off of it. Think of an old sewage pipe that hasn't been cleaned in a long time.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing somebody. Veldrin.
Absolutely horrible.
Who's using it?
That's my question. There's no clear indication about where is it leaving or going.
Too far away from maybe our friend the woodsman. Maybe when he's out on his travels, he might use this.
Perhaps it's a good potential answer.
Right. So yeah, you're standing in an outhouse.
Hmm. Ew.
Disgusting.
I'm not a fan of biology or needing to do that.
Hmm.
Shall we get away from the literal shithead?
Yeah. Probably should.
If there's nothing more to discover, then yeah.
That's my audio.
I'm sorry, do you want to rifle through whatever breakfast is in that?
Wow. I don't think my arms are long enough. We need a taller person.
In my
All right.
audio.
This might be a shitty idea. I can send my
Boo.
mage hand in there.
Wow.
I mean, if you're going to make the
You would-
sacrifice for all of us, by all
You would
means.
disrespect your magic in such a vulgar way. Ew.
He's gonna look at everyone with a very sort of not stern, but like serious face, his eyes wide open, kind of one finger up. Hey, I'm pretty sure, and he's whispering now as if the mage hand could possibly hear him. I'm pretty sure he's been cheating at rock, paper, scissors this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Zed'll probably like 15 feet away so that there is no chance whatsoever that anything could get on him. He's
So,
gonna send his mage hand in.
funny thing about that, you can send your mage hand into the thing, but if you want it to go like down, you have to have line of sight as per the mage hand spell.
Um,
Because you have to be able to see what it is you want to manipulate or search
Yeah.
around in. So you would know just from using mage hand, like if you go around a corner, then your mage hand just doesn't work because your mage hand doesn't have a direct connection. So you'd know if you want to
True, but
if you want a mage hand down in there, you'd have to be standing adjacent and looking down.
like I could pickpocket someone and take something from their pocket without seeing what's inside, right?
Let's see.
Or like loot a chest that I can't visibly see in, but I could see the chest.
Mm-hmm. However, you'd probably
I just
determine
don't.
that this is deeper
I
than
just
that.
don't like the idea. Yeah, that's fair. Um, he would attempted, not knowing this mechanic in character, he would attempt it and be standing well away. And so if it submerges and then all of a sudden, as soon as it does, it just disappears, then he'd probably be aware of that and just say, "Oh, well, that didn't work."
Well, actually, I don't even think a mage hand would be able to pick a pocket. So when you cast a spell, you can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from a container, which, if you can see it, or pour the contents out of a vial. Oh, wait, that's 24 rules. Let's see. Make sure the rules are. That's for duration. Open door, container, store, retrieve an item from an open. Okay, so the current rule is store, retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents out of a vial. The hand can't activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds. Range of hand last.
Commode sounds like an open container to me, right?
The hand vanishes if it's ever more than 30
It's not a
feet.
closed lid.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you don't need line of sight. All right. I'm thinking of something else then. It just says the hand vanishes if it's ever more than 30 feet away from you.
Right.
So to summon it, I get. Okay, so I was. All right. So it's.
But if you don't
You
know
have
what to
to.
grab, then
Yeah, so it has to be. So a spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand lasts for the duration. Not even a line of sight thing. Okay.
And I have the not that it really changes anything, but I have the ledger domain like feat as well. But I'm looking at that right now, and it doesn't say anything other than what you had mentioned. And yeah, to Kozik's point, it would be like I wouldn't know what I was trying to grab. It would just be kind of like rifling around for a chance to grab something.
send the crow in there, have it perch on the edge, then it can look.
Oh yeah, I could look through the crow's eyes to get a better
That's not
vantage.
fair.
I think Cube just wants someone to get their hands dirty.
Well, or at least get adjacent.
Yeah. I'll
look down it.
I'll walk up to right next to it. I will spare my raven. Oh no. Okay, hold on.
Blowing yourself off the
Zed's
map.
gonna Zed's gonna float off into the abyss. Yeah, at the thought of doing this. I will spare my. I will not spare my mage hand, but I will spare my familiar. So Zed will walk up, and he'll kind of like hold his hands out just to get everyone just like arm's length away. He's gonna plug his nose and send in the mage hand.
So you send the mage hand in, but as soon as you get next to it, you don't actually see anything in there. It smells like there is, but there's nothing down there.
Oh, it's just like an empty throne.
Yep. But you also look down, it goes down probably a good 10 feet.
Oh, fuck. He's gonna turn back.
I don't think there's anything in there, but it goes down a ways.
No.
You don't want to go down.
No.
Don't.
Hmm.
Can I cast this my detect magic? I guess might as well see if it's a magic out.
So you're standing next to the outhouse doing this?
Yeah, I'm getting up there. I mean, I have 30-foot radius, but I'm getting close enough.
Is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, 3 feet of wood or dirt. You don't detect anything, and there he goes. Oh, you're going over there, not the outhouse.
What's the out? What's that?
I don't know. I just saw you moved yourself.
Where's the outhouse?
Over here.
Oh, I mean, what I was
Right
just
there.
standing by.
Yep.
Oh, well, what's this thing over here?
Do you go over there?
Well, I'm checking out the outhouse first. I just didn't see. I didn't
So-
notice that's.
So as I described, like this is a very densely packed area of trees. So the only thing you were able to see in this spot was the outhouse. Now you can continue forward or somewhere away from the outhouse.
How far down does it go, Zedrin, as she's taking off her jacket?
Do not.
I'm not
100,
asking.
200 feet. Easy.
Then why does it smell so bad, Zedrin?
It's magic, probably. Right, Kozak?
Potentially.
There is no magic within the range of that.
Not sensing it.
See?
She's taking off her dress and she has on like her shift.
Oh, Kozak. You need to get ready to do the thing that you do when you clean people.
What's that?
Didn't you do that before? Oh no, fuck, that was that owl.
She's taking out her rope.
Our garments I think our garments like clean themselves, right? And we got the super garments from the lady in the village.
She's going to tie the rope to a tree.
Belgian, do something.
The tree closest to the outhouse specifically.
I mean, Veldrin is a spore druid. So I don't know, would Veldrin actually protest?
Oh shit, I can't move Neovara's token anymore. It's trapped underneath Opal.
Arrow keys.
Here, sorry.
Alright, so Vel, can I borrow your rope? I have
Before I
50
give
feet
you
of it.
that,
Uh-huh.
what exactly are we looking for down there?
Hell if I know.
Yeah, your sister just wants to go inside a toilet.
Listen, all I'm saying, this is a toilet in the middle of the woods with no obvious paths leading anywhere else. You know what my mom would do with me when I was a kid? She would take me up from the Underdark in random places.
Then
Potentially
go into
like
the
this one.
pooper. They found
It's
a
100
portal,
feet. It naturally repels the
a
common
portable toilet.
races.
It's not portable.
Yeah. I could totally see this being a path to the Underdark. So,
And we
Vel,
want to go down there. Why?
I don't know. Could be fun.
We did hear there were underground paths east.
Yes, exactly. So, someone, give me your rope. If no one else is brave enough to brave the shit toilet, I will do it first.
Awful rope.
Yeah, I mean, I've got rope I can give you, no problem.
Thank you, Kozik.
I think it's
She'll,
60 feet.
She'll take the rope. She will knot it carefully to her existing piece of rope. And she's like, well, like I said, Vel, Mom would, more or less sort of dump me on the surface. That's why I didn't know how to get out. She would always just bring me to a different place, so I was never quite familiar with A, the path out from the Underdark, and B, a path back home. That's part of why I never disobeyed her. If I did, I would be lost forever. Either way, she finishes tightening it, double checks the rope on the tree. She steps onto the outhouse, and she's a Godspeed, everyone. When she looks down, what does she see?
You just lead it down into a tunnel of dirt,
Mm.
all 10 feet drop.
It's not my fault that Zedrin said 100 feet.
He was trying to dissuade you from going.
Does she see that with her eyes that does it tunnel off in either direction?
I mean, it goes beyond what you could see looking down.
Oh, so there is something below. She takes out her lantern. Or actually, no, she keeps that in her bag for now. But she will consider. Does anyone have a light spell?
Eldrin does.
Aha!
Well, I have a candle.
No. And she grabs a rock from the floor, and she offers it out to Vildren. Place light on this. Light it up.
I'm looking for the light spells that he has.
It should be in your cantrips.
Not my cantrips.
Damn it, so it's not the right spell.
No.
Opal? Opal, any luck?
Opal does not have light spells. She does have a torch.
I'm going down there anyway. Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to waste the torch.
Opal will hand you the
I'll-
torch
I'll
regardless.
give you I've got a candle.
I also have a candle.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you use those for other stuff, right?
I mean... Hmm. And she will take the candle anyway. She will light it before she drops it down.
Why isn't my game so laggy? Oh god! Oh, okay. Thanks, game. Thanks.
So, I do have the spell Daylight, and it says I can choose a point on an object that is being held, not worn or carried, and the light moves with it.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I can light up the rock.
What level is daylight though? Because I think that's
It's
a
a 3rd level.
yeah, that's such a goofy way of
Mhm.
using a
I know.
level spell.
That's why I'm like, I can do this.
No, there's a cantrip that has a very similar thing. Um, unfortunately, I'm a dumb shit who didn't put it on my cleric. Either way. When the candle drops, what does she see at the bottom of the chamber pot?
At the bottom resides nothing but dirt.
Are there tunnels that lead out either way?
Did you climb down?
Not yet. She's looking now that she can actually
Yeah, she can't
see,
see.
like there's light at the bottom. In theory, her field of vision would see that there's not reflections on either side of the walls.
Well, you don't really see walls from looking down in this small viewport, as it were. It
Not
opens up
even with
beyond.
candle.
It basically opens up beyond. You know, you don't see walls.
Okay. So it is bigger down there. And I don't see anything wet at the bottom. It's just dirt, right?
Seems like it.
All right. She's taken off her nice expensive clothes. She's just in the washable, flammable shit below. Let's go.
Yeah,
She
it's definitely just dirt at the bottom of the toilet.
shh. She's not gonna think about it. We're all living on previous things shit.
So you climb
Uh,
down.
She climbs down, yeah.
So as you climb down, one might say you start to get a sinking feeling as you can
Uh-huh.
feel the dirt beneath your feet. It is pretty malleable. It's like
Mm.
your feet are just starting to sink into like swamp, like just swamp mud.
She won't think about it. Can she move?
You can move, but at this point it's about knee. At this point, ooh. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me roll something. How much stuff have you just sank your toesies into? So at this point, it's like up to your knees, and you realize this is not dirt. This is not dirt at all because
Not
the
gonna
the
think about
the
it.
texture. It's one of those things where it's like it's been exposed to the elements long enough that it has sort of taken on the coloration of dirt. But once you break the surface, it's like, oh.
She's not gonna think about it. It's not even the most disgusting thing she's done with this group of people. She's going
Yet.
to.
So you realize this room is about 25 by 25.
Oh, so it's a room. Does she see anything beyond what? Now that she has her. Now that she's actually down there, what does she see?
Basically, just four walls, and well, now a rope dangling that leads up, and a whole lot of gunk. Do 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 do.
Disgusting. Um. So she'll walk over as best she can to one of the walls.
it sloshes, it slurps, and you leave a trail behind you.
I did this in Bodies and Gore. This is nothing.
And you've made it to a wall. It is made of stone. It is pretty nondescript. But actually, no. So there would probably be like hints of fungus that have grown along the walls at this point, because it has been exposed to the elements enough. But it is in a moist environment. Not a lot of sunlight would get down here, so it only makes sense that the fungus has pretty much made this quite the biome.
I
And also, while
see.
down here, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh God. Let's go. Nevar gets herself horribly sick. How did I predict that?
So an 11. Okay. So two things happen on an 11. So one, you feel like getting close to this stuff and just being down here long enough you feel like you're just gonna just blow chunks everywhere. The second scenario is you currently have the poison condition.
No, good for her. I will walk through the valley of the shadow of death, but I will fear one thing, and it is feces. Either way.
Like you
Good
get the
thing.
feeling that you're gonna you almost feel like you're gonna suffocate down here at this point, wading through this. It's like the fact that you pierced the surface and disturbed the ground has caused a lot of that trapped I want to say phosphorus, it's not phosphorus. A lot of that like
Sulfur.
trapped nitrate.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Nitrates.
it's like you just popped a bubble practically of aroma. So like moving around, it's hitting you harder than it would if you were just up top looking down. As one might say, you're in the thick of it.
She'll call up. Hey, can I have a hand? This is the goal of the rope. Someone drag me up. And she's saying it with a muffled, sort of, the sort of voice that you make when you're trying really hard not to puke.
Veldrin will help her up.
Yeah, let's get her out of the toilet.
Let's get her out. That would have been perfect for the quote book. Yeah, let's get her out of the toilet.
Never thought I would hear that. Literally.
Oh, well. Every day, I find new ways of, how do I say, shaming myself and my ancestors, as Mom would say.
They have located the porta potty.
She gets out
It's not really
up
porta.
to her knees in a thick brown glop. She's like, okay, I'll admit it. Maybe I didn't see this through. Maybe I should have found a source of water
Oh no,
before.
you did see it through. You saw it through, and
Yeah, I
good
now
on
have
you.
to live with my choices.
You're covered in your choices right now.
And what did you find down
It's just a big 25-foot room. I don't know why such a big room would be down there for such a purpose. Normally, it's just a small hole, from what I understand. Unfortunately, my stomach is not strong enough for the torture that I just put myself through.
Is there a way that we could maybe cleanse the space by fire, perhaps? Or
I like the way that you think, Kozik. I will
Hey,
say,
you've done that
I
before.
have.
Like, it worked perfectly fine last time, right?
I'm gonna assume it did.
We're all still alive, so you know.
We're all still here.
Zettel, he'll just hold a firebolt in the palm of his hand. I mean, Opal, we could do it again.
Let us. Yes. Oh, hmm.
So I'm guessing Niavar is no longer one to stand next to this thing.
no, she'll walk a little bit away to get, some fresh air, breathe it out. She's using her water skin to wipe off specifically her feet and knees.
That's gonna take a little bit. Okay.
She'll happily let them cook the area downstairs if that's what they want to try.
So who's adjacent to this thing and ready to set it on fire?
Zed.
All right.
I think the idea was just cast a firebolt down into the room.
Kozik, and you're where
Down.
you are.
Oh. Yeah.
And Opal, you're where you are.
Yep.
So it's just Zed doing it.
Oh, we. Wait.
I don't have any fire to throw down there. I mean, I could throw in some.
Opal is actually going to.
Ah.
Opal agreed to help Zed. Opal is going to cast Firebolt as a cantrip.
I mean, you could hit the hut, but I don't know if you're aiming. So are you just trying to hit the porta-john, or are you trying to aim down into it?
Aim down and
And you need to be standing right next to it, sir.
allow me. Right. All right.
All right. So the two of you are about to do. So you're looking down this thing and like. Actually, describe what you're doing. You tell you describe to the audience what you're doing.
Zed, if you will.
Gonna probably lean in and like peer down. I don't know if that candle's still down there to see if we can actually see anything, but it's gonna hold a palm over the opening of this while a firebolt forms, a small little ball of fire. All right, I guess on 3.
And give me a perception check when you look over.
Both of us.
If you're looking in the hole, perfect. Continue.
And yeah, so just count down like, all right, 3, 2, 1.
Fire.
All right, so you fling your fire in there. And there is a bit of a, they're pretty instantaneous. There's a whoosh, and feel free to give me some damage.
All right.
7.
Alright. Oh, wait, that's attack damage.
9.
Very nice.
And let me update this. Save. All right. So as you do that, there's a little explosion in the room, and you didn't really seem to notice it prior, but you definitely do now, as there is something on fire down there now, and it is quickly, very quickly risen to the point where, like if something were to try and get through, like it's hit the threshold, like where the hole and the room connect. And at that point,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need Opal, Zed, and Kozik to make dexterity saving throws or be knocked prone as something bursts from beneath this portageon,
Uh-oh.
and it is on fire.
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, great. So there was something underneath.
Bah!
Let me put the prone
Maybe
condition.
not.
Prone. And I'm gonna need initiative, as I'm giving everybody their prone condition who failed. Give me a second.
How long is this combat gonna be?
Probably pretty quick if you guys. I mean, you guys are all. Yeah. I mean, how much time you got?
A little bit.
Oh, I guess
Not
it'll.
like an hour.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be one of those. So, or maybe you guys could just whiff a lot. So out from the underdark, in quotations, given new meaning, this creature bursts forth, smashing through the ground, pushing people away, destroying this tiny little building. Do. Initiative. Opal Z. So we need Niavara.
Oh, shoot. I thought I had already. Sorry.
1, 2, 3. And we need Kozik.
OOC to Kozik. I was referring to you being able to press to digitize.
What would I have pressed to what would I have manipulated?
You could have cleaned off Niavara.
It's okay.
Oh, that is a feature of that, isn't it? It's like you can clean some.
You can. It's funny because it says you can clean or soil something, so you have both options.
Just soil it, yeah.
You could be pretty nefarious with that, I guess.
This is my spell to put poop on you.
Somebody's
The
wearing a white
cantrip too,
shirt.
so you just do that in
Just
combat.
keep putting poop on them.
You just put a wine stain right on there. Oh, My big date. Yeah.
All right. So Neovar, you're first up as you were preoccupied with trying to cleanse yourself of filth, and then you saw like the flame go off behind you, and then like a little bit of an explosion, and then the ground in this area just burst wide open, and this creature that is currently on fire has burst forth angrily, ready to smash into somebody.
In her head, she's mentally going like, yeah. I've asked the keeper to take me enough times. I think this is my fault. I've earned this. We've earned this. But no, you know what? She's already gross and messy enough. She's going to smack it. This counts as close enough to hit it with a
Yep.
you know, melee attack, right?
Yep, you're adjacent.
She's in melee range. She's gonna hit it with a inflict wounds upcast. She's already gross. She has nothing to lose. And like it could have just come out. Like it could have gotten her when she was down there. Very rude of it.
I mean, I'd say that's a hit.
Oh my
50.
god.
Obliterate the poop golem.
A little above average.
I thought your home was interesting. It
I
wasn't.
mean,
And now I'm poisoned.
the funny thing. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. The
I
poison
take
condition.
poison damage.
No, it's much shittier than that.
No, you have disadvantage.
Sniff.
So
I have to sad.
Okay,
no,
well,
so you'd be fine because you're flanking. It's disadvantage plus advantage, so it just evens out. So the natural 20 still stands.
okay, I was gonna say, because otherwise I'd use my inspiration.
Like it'd be funny to reroll it, but also, you know, we already have the number. That's okay.
And that's about 60 out of 100 potential damage.
Yeah.
So remember that when you get mind controlled. Anyway.
Yeah, I remember that when Niavara changes sides. Not
57.
good. Doesn't she take passive damage with the poison though? Like or
Nope,
am I
that's not
confusing
how
it with the
poison.
different?
It works
Huh?
differently. So poison in D&D incurs disadvantage.
I will mark it off on her sheet. Because even though you've marked it off on her character, it's not selecting it. There we go. Wait, not that.
And to give you the full rundown, a poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. That's all. Which is still pretty detrimental.
Oh, yeah, extremely.
So you did that.
How's it looking, Chief?
Effectively, how would I describe it? Not bloodied, because it doesn't have blood.
It's poopied.
You have caused enough necrosis that your the necrotic damage that it's I'd say like a good chunk of his body just seems inert, maybe discolored, so it's like golden brown to just like black and char.
You might say
Mm,
it's gone from a normal to a little. I'm not gonna say it. You might want to go see a doctor about that bowel movement.
All right, anything else?
Um, you know what? No, I like her position. She is flanking. She is helping to flank. She's going to stay the course.
All right, Kozik, you are currently prone, so to stand up would be half of your movement if you want to stand up.
can I crawl away?
You could. It would still get an attack of opportunity unless you're disengaging.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'm kind of screwed. I wanted to withdraw, like full withdraw, but I guess I can't do that.
So, a question here. I know that if you do a ranged attack in melee, you get disadvantage, but if you're flanking, would it
It
just
would
be a
just
normal roll?
it would just be normal.
Yeah, I guess I'll just I'm gonna remain prone, or I'm gonna remain on the ground. I guess. Uh,
Okay.
also, just me standing up, he gets an attack of opportunity. Is that what we said?
Nope, that's older editions.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess there's no reason for me to be sitting down, so I will stand up. Bruh, get up, and I'll heft up there, and then I won't move away. So I guess I can remain helping to flank. Yeah, I'll attack with Eldritch Blast, and
Attacks.
I'm gonna do it. Attack. All right.
Yep, both of those would slam into it. God, I hear myself.
Those are hits.
Yep. Let's see, how far down the initiative is it? Literally last.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Who just
It was
disconnected?
Kozik.
Kozik disconnected, yeah.
Oh.
On his turn too.
Well, he shot the thing and he didn't move, so. Yeah, there's Kozik.
Hey.
Okay.
Welcome back. Uh, anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Opal.
Oh, getting up, obviously. That expends half of my movement speed, doesn't it?
Yep.
Ah, how fun. Alrighty, let me just check.
It might not even get
Alright.
to go.
Opal is going to use her Thunder Gauntlets in an attempt to attack this creature. That is a 19 to hit.
Thunder Gauntlets would hit.
Very nice. Let me just check the reading. Disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than me for next round.
I look forward to punching the shit out of you.
Yay! 11 damage.
Don't you have extra attack too?
Yep, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That is
Nice.
a 26.
That would hit.
And we are once again down 9 damage.
All right. Zed.
Here, so I get flanking with Beldrin. That's wrong. Uh, 17.
That would definitely hit.
8 and 17.
Was he attacking with? Da, 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 da. 17, okay. Calculating. Calculating. Okay, yeah, no, that would be enough. The flaming turd golem ceases to exist. Right.
Sick.
Zed's gonna immediately step back into like
Hey, thank you for the
where this,
raid.
like tree
How's it going,
is,
Cove?
and try
Elena,
and do
how's
some
that
sort
going?
of foliage to clean off his rapier.
Oh, that's disgusting. She'll wipe off her hand. Well, we made it mad. We had that coming. I hate elementals. They
So,
cannot be convinced.
you know how there's different elemental types? And in WoW there was specifically an elemental? Well, you guys discovered the turdamental.
No. No.
So, and as you fell this thing, it was on fire. So anybody adjacent gets to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yay. I
Um,
think Nevar is very happy that she already has her clothes off.
oh,
And put away. Neatly.
nice dexterity saving throw, Zed.
Mm-mm.
Oh! Yay!
Aldrin or Kozik?
Yeah,
near
I think I'm
anybody.
very happy that I
Could
So
I
Zed,
cast a spell?
what's up?
Could I cast a spell
Is it a reaction?
to being caught on fire?
Oh no, this is something else.
This is
Oh,
something else.
so we
All
get
right.
poop splashed.
Yep. Except for Zed. Zed, as this thing is set ablaze, and you guys pretty much dealt with it very quickly.
Oh wait, is Opal okay?
Yeah, Opal and Zed. It's not really a damage thing as much as is being coated in, well, you
Mhm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much Zed, you jump out of the way with relative ease. You were already hesitant to try and avoid it.
Yep.
So, but everybody else, save for you and Opal just get covered in just feces and fungus.
Oh,
Hey, wouldn't you know it, the two that actually caused this whole thing just are perfectly fine. He's
Nice.
gonna
But
like
yeah,
look
thank you for
over
the
at
raid,
Opal
Eric.
as we're both clean.
Welcome in, everybody. Try not to interrupt too much.
If anyone has a bucket big enough, I can, in theory, cast create and destroy water.
Beltran can as well, so we can get 20 gallons of water and have a nice little bath.
Now, the bigger problem, does any of us have soap?
I've got a candle.
In case you want warm water, right?
I think we'll. Hmm. I think that's the sign that we're not moving any further today, that we're setting up camp right here, probably out of the shit stain.
Yeah, not right here.
No, but we're not going anywhere else.
we should scout around this little area to see if there's any danger. Or we
Yeah, and
Yeah.
find a spot that's not smelly.
No. I say that we go like maybe like 10 feet over here, 20 feet maybe to really get out of the line of fire, as we might say.
Zed's gonna avoid the trail that I'm sure is being left behind by Niavara.
I guess you
was
could
wiping.
say we are deep in the shit.
Or
Or
remove
were.
their debuffs.
Yeah.
Prone.
To be fair, Zed, she was in fact washing her feet when this all happened.
Prone.
prestidigitation can only clean up to 1 cubic foot object.
But
So
you
that's-
could keep casting it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a process. Sounds like.
I guess that's possible, isn't it? That I can cast the cantrip I need to.
Yeah, we're not in combat too, so you just like kind of spam it.
Damn it.
If we're gonna like set up to go to bed, I could burn some spells here really quick.
Burn. Burn, baby, burn.
Burn them up.
So I have, of course, I saw it earlier and I can't find it now. Oh, I have stone shape and I see that there's some rocks here.
Oh, you're so smart. Make a
Make a tub.
Oh my god, yeah.
So he's gonna make a divot in the rocks, in one of the rocks, to accommodate. Do we want to do 10 or 20 gallons of water? How luxurious are we going?
I think we do 10 at a time so that we can wash, like, get out, like, replace the water.
Okay. To accommodate 10 gallons of water.
Oh, and which rock?
I guess like, hold on.
Let's say the one not covered in a shit wall from the explosion.
Like this one. If I can click on it.
All right. Checking Velgen's line of sight.
So can we
See
make
any.
our rock tub?
Lighting's weird. There. All right. So you create this divot, and actually, based on your angle, you would actually spot like a building off in the distance, just in between the tree line.
We're not going in a building today. The last time that happened, they went somewhere bad. They're gonna take a bath in a rock.
Yep. But there's also what looks like an old, ruined, decrepit carriage. Like right there.
Yeah, that'll be for later. They're covered in poop right now.
Top priority adventuring party. Take bath. Go
It's
looting?
poop.
No, take bath.
It's poop, though.
I mean, would Veldrin really be that perturbed by it as a
Veldrin is the son of a noble drow family. Yes.
and a spore druid?
Listen, mushrooms don't mean poop. They just mean decay.
You're talking to the wrong my Vel sibling about getting down and dirty. That's Miavara.
We know, and you promptly got down and dirty. And poisoned.
God, and poisoned.
So you yeah, definitely create like this small little enclosure in the rock that you could definitely pretty much, let's see, it's shape it. Yeah, you could just shape it like that. You have
Yeah.
a stone tub,
All right. And then
probably
I'm
with a little
gonna,
bit of an overhang, I guess. So
yeah. We're also filling it with the 10 gallons of water because I can either have it rain or put it in a container. So it did that range, but it's in the container.
you have filled the bathtub.
I also, I guess before you all get cleaned off, does anyone want to rummage through a poop monster over there?
You can have at it.
Oh no, I'm clean. I'm perfectly fine.
Perfectly. Nice.
Uh, I guess I'm already the one covered in shit.
And not
Zed
feeling too good.
That will very carefully avoid Niavara as she runs by.
She
You.
will do a quick investigation and try and find any goodies on the body.
You're super stinky. Just so you know.
I am! You're so right, little one. That's why you should never go messing around in these sort of situations.
Oh, then why'd you do it?
Because I am not smart.
Oh. And then little one will just like lean his head over Zed's face. So I'm smarter than her?
No.
You wouldn't hear that. You're rummaging through a turd golem.
Zed's request? Mine.
Zed's gonna kind of whisper to little one. It's the second time that she's called herself not smart today. I feel like she's it's one of those days. Don't worry. She's quite intelligent.
Oh. Does she
She's
need a
not
hug?
rummaging through shit.
Sounds like she needs a hug.
Don't. Oh, no. Hold on.
And he starts flapping his wings and stops when you
He will
stop him.
grab little one. Yeah, hugs like this. Like, and he's got little one just like embraced with both arms. We're gonna wait on that, buddy. Just few moments.
Okay. And he just falls limp in your arms like a cat, just you know, little squirrely at first, but then just, you know, lets you hold him. And on 11,
Ain't got shit.
nope.
That's
I
probably
actually
all you
think
have, actually.
I was about to make the same joke. That great minds think alike.
Yep.
Oop joke.
Clean minds.
Very true.
Actually, Opal, you can give me an Arcana check.
Arcana? You got a pass.
You are confident that creature over there that you guys just pretty much killed in less than 6 seconds. That was probably one of the greatest creations that you would have
Oh.
ever seen, despite its construction. But you'll never know how it works now because it's been destroyed.
Life is made, our creations can come from the weirdest things. I will judge the fact that they made it out of poop, though. Because, ew.
I mean, what a great way of making sure that no one touched it.
So you're saying someone made that? Well, okay.
People
Oh,
make
people
bullets all
made
the
that.
time.
Plenty.
Oh, someone made. Lots of people
might have
helped made
taken a
that over
while.
Yeah, right.
It was a group effort, really.
team project.
Ew.
It's disgusting.
Who
I
pooped
would
the
tell
bed? That
you the
guy.
story of why I'm not as bothered by this. But my brother is standing right there, and I don't need to humiliate myself more than I already have today.
And little one from Zed's shoulder just calls out, "Don't worry, you'll get a hug."
No, I won't.
And
Over
then
my
gonna-
dead body.
He's gonna whisper to little one, she don't really like that. So that's why he said, wait a minute.
oh,
Go to catch her off guard.
okay. He nods happily, enthusiastically. So who is doing watch? Who's taking their baths first? What's the order of operations?
Opal will perform first watch while everybody, gets cleaned up from the shit monster.
Veldrin's gonna insist Neovara gets cleaned first, because if they need more water,
That's
they
her.
can cast more spells.
So basically, Veldrin's like, "Sis, you stank. Get in there. Take a bath."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
As
who's first
is.
watch?
Mm.
Didn't Opal just say?
Yes.
I didn't hear it.
I will do the first while those guys get themselves cleaned up from the shit monster.
All right. Second watch.
guess-
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zed will take. So if like people are gonna be awake washing, I guess, for a little bit. So Zed will probably do second watch. By that time, everyone's probably gonna be sleeping. So
So
yeah, Zed will have second watch.
So I would say all the cleaning and whatnot would be easily done within the first watch's time frame. It's not going to take like 4 hours to get clean.
No, for sure. That's true. Yeah, but I'll still Zed will take second watch, and he'll have the Raven kind of like perch over on Opal's shoulder if she'll allow it.
Yeah.
Just as an additional sort of sentry during the
Just
first watch.
in the hair. Little, all that I ask is that little. Or is it the crow or little one?
It's the raven. Yeah, little one's
Okay.
gonna be resting with Zed. You've got a plan
Why?
in place. It's a
Yeah.
secret plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I guess the last watch.
I guess I'll do it. I'll be clean by then, I suppose.
Wunderbar.
Before we close out,
Yep.
Veldrin is going to cast one more spell. And he's going to touch Neovara to heal her of her poisoning.
Oh
And
no, that's
I think he would do it very subtly, like he's insisting she gets in the bath and also cures that.
See, Nevar is more annoyed than anything that she got hurt like that. She was already mentally planning stuff out. So like when she suddenly starts feeling better, she's like, huh.
And Veldrin, just for my knowledge, roll me a quick little medicine check. Okay. So you definitely would have known she was poisoned. It's one of those things like, well, I don't think Neovara, like I don't know if you'd necessarily have known she was poisoned per se without like looking into it.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a little bit of like, would you have been aware of a poison in effect?
Mm-hmm.
Because all you know, like she was just covered in crap, so you know. But yeah, with the 23, you'd have been able to determine, yeah, there was some poison going on. She was moving more sluggish, kind of like moving uneasily, and you determine that. Anyway, continue.
That was it.
That's sibling
Okay.
intuition.
All right. So, first watch, give me a quick perception, which is Opal.
Yep. Good. Perception.
All right, perfect. Nothing happens that you're aware of. And then I'm guessing you go and wake up. Second watch, which
Opal will watch as long as she needs to.
was it or was no Kozik? Which one was Kozik? Kozik was
Zed.
last. Yeah, Zed.
Kozik's last.
All right. So
Yeah.
Opal would have come to get Zed, and for the switch the watch, and I believe there's a plan in play.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming by this point everyone's bathed and probably sleeping, besides Opal.
Yep.
So Zed's gonna, he's probably get woken up by Opal, and then, oh, oh, right, all right. He'll kind of jostle little one a little bit, and he'll hold little one real close, kind of like just up next to his chest, but facing away. So we're both looking in the same direction. Hi, little one.
Eh?
See, Evor's asleep over there.
Eh?
Now's your time. Go get a great big hug.
Okay.
God.
Flutter, 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 flutter.
Wake the pair of drow siblings up in the middle of the night. Nothing will go wrong.
Mm.
Zed's gonna he's doing a perception check to keep watch, but he's also keeping an eye on little one just to make sure that Neovar doesn't incidentally kill him.
So you see little one's little amethyst wings flippity flap, and his little draconic body being carried, and he very, very carefully lands next to Neovara. And then You see him. How to describe it? He opens his mouth and just kind of pulls something out, and it's a little rock. And then he puts it on yeah, I put it like right on top. Say he puts it right on top of Niavara.
Where'd he pull the rock out from? His pockets?
He
Then I
opened
have
his
more
mouth.
questions.
He kind of like spit up a rock because he doesn't have a bag of holding.
So I
So
feel
we
like
have stomach rock.
the perception check of 9 might be that Zed is wondering what the fuck little one is doing right now.
And then he very gently pats Niavara on the head and then flies back.
What was that? I thought you were gonna give a hug.
I did.
Hmm. Okay. We're gonna have a couple hours here on watch. We'll work on this. We'll figure out what you know what a hug is.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Seem very confident. Well, you did good.
Yay! He throws his little talons in the air.
And Zed will just kind of like reach up and kind of lift him up to his shoulder again, and he'll continue on with watch, I guess.
I still can't unsee that meme. You know you're a dragon. Our knights are going to have to murder you someday. Blim. He's my son now. All right. So then final watch would be Kozik.
Yeah, I'm assuming because tradition is Niavara's always on final watch too.
Because she
So
gets
he'd
up
probably
to pray.
Yeah,
Yep.
he'd probably wake up Kozik as Niavara's just instinctively waking up and hey, Niavara, I think little one gave you a gift.
Well, I'd probably say
Um,
Kozik can do his perception first, though.
But
yeah,
yeah, he'd be waking up Kozik for watch.
To which you can give me a perception. Probably one of the last rolls of the night. Well.
Nice.
We'll get back to
there
you in
we
a
go,
minute.
Kozik. Oh, shit. Kozik spotted the threat.
So, Niavara, you can give me a perception check with this for something else. And not at disadvantage.
Graciously no longer poisoned. Thank you, Veldrin. I'm going to mark that off my sheet, provided the sheet
Already did.
cooperates. The token and my sheet are actually not aligned.
Weird. Mine are. Anyway.
Okay, let me do the perception.
You definitely notice there's a rock. Like when you woke up, there's like a little stone next to you. Very small.
She will pick it up because she has a little bit of a passing familiarity with strange rocks appearing next to her in her sleep.
So much quieter all of a sudden. And you take a look
Sorry,
at
I
it,
hiccuped.
and what looks like scratched into it by claw markings, it says hug.
That is admittedly quite cute. She will put it in with her button collection.
I'm assuming at this point too, like Zed's asleep. He's like curled up in a just a corner, and little one's just asleep next to him. Just both of them maybe like slightly snoring.
Mm-hmm.
She is not. It's almost funnier if she doesn't say anything to them about it. but she's gonna put it in with her other prized possessions, buttons. She's probably sees that Kozik's awake, but like he's on watch. She didn't claim watch. She's gonna just go about her prayers and thank God that the shadow did not clap her ass there. Holy Christ alive!
That you know of. Um,
That I know of.
so with Kozik's 23, which funny enough, Niavara's perception was higher, but that was for something else. It was still a nat 20 though. So Kozik,
Yeah.
as you wake up and you're on watch, and you're sitting there, and there's really nothing that is standing out other than maybe the slightly ambient aroma of charred fecal matter. Uh, it lingers. It definitely. I mean, the thing exploded, so there's gonna be some lingering aspect of it. So as you're doing your watch, you're just sitting there, and you just can't help but think of home. You can't help but think like how long you've been out here with these people. Um, Thinking about all the delicacies you once had and the trade routes and what life was like before you started hoofing it, as the peasantry would say. And as you have that thought, another thought comes to mind, and you just can't help but feel like, but at the end of the day, it kind of seems worth it to be able to step away from the nobility and royalty and hold your chin above everybody else, to live among, the adventures and to endure the pains and suffering of life. This is more of a lesson than ever just being a noble ever has taught you. And to that thought, there's a familiar looking tabby cat, cloaked in shadow, originally cloaked in shadow, and it steps forward and it looks at you, and then it peers over to Zed.
And I take that to be some sort of communication.
Give me an insight. Okay, so with the 16, kind of knowing what your Dark Lady's goals are, you might be picking up that Zed has something that the Dark Lady is definitely after.
Maybe some sort of shard or something. Okay. Does the cat come any closer to me?
Nope, it's just sitting in a tree. But
Oh, it's in a
then the
tree.
other
Okay,
thing that it
wonderful.
does,
Yeah.
it turns its head towards a building to the north and meows once, and then just sort of the meow. It's like a singular meow, but it's like an echoing meow as it fades out into silence. And what that means, with the insight that perhaps somewhere in this area there is something that your Dark Lady wants.
Visitation. Okay.
And with that, we'll wrap up the session.
Spookies. What's your lady want?
Probably some. I don't know, but it's probably going to be some sort of moral challenge to something that we'll see.
Well, she's after the black diamond.
Right, which is still a cryptic sort of goal.
keep
It's
letting
like,
her out.
what is it? Is it a real thing? Is it a person? Is it in one piece? I don't know. We're close. Something's going. All right.
All right. So inspiration voting.
I would
Hmm.
say Niavara for going into the shit. Well,
Going up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
yep, no paddle.
All right, that's 1 for Niavara,
I'll second it.
2 for
Yeah.
Niavara, 3 for Niavara.
Yeah, I would say Niavara as well for following Zed initially, scouting the house, getting into shit, and then almost single-handedly obliterating a turd golem.
Did not mean to just like destroy it.
I mean, it's a good thing you did because it had some stuff that would have been very bad for you.
What would you
Pretty
even say?
shitty.
Shitty?
Oh, it'd have been worse than that. You know that meme when like in Family Guy where Peter Griffin's like, "Oh, it's in my raccoon wounds." Yeah, think about that.
Oh no.
I don't like fighting golems. I think the only thing I hate fighting more are ghosts.
Don't worry, there'll be plenty of those. Anyway, so Niavara, you get your inspiration,
Yay.
and I'm gonna take a minute to wrap up the stream. If people have questions for characters, the 24 updates we're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at stuff, but I'm gonna do the same. Fun session. If no one's still hanging out, I will see you all soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna sign out.
I
See
am
y'all
exhausted
guys
and
later.
getting off. But good night.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Later. All right. So with that, so for context for you guys, if you weren't here earlier, so we're currently using the 2014 rules. But as we all know, the new edition, the new DMG dropped not too long ago. The Monster Manual's not out yet, but there's a few there's a few cases that are kind of rough around the edges for wanting to transfer characters from 2014 to the 20. I'm just gonna say 5.5 from 5.0 to 5.5. 24 just does not roll off the tongue as well, and so I've given them the ability to just we can just respec your characters because I mean how often are you really gonna have a campaign in the middle of a update like that? And I really like the rules. It gives the players more stuff to do, more class things, more species stuff. But so that's the idea. We're just going to be working on getting our characters to the new version of D&D. Just to give them options because the new stuff is really cool and I think it'll do a lot for the role play and character stuff. But anywho, that's the context. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up there. And I'm going to be talking shop for a little bit here. So I'm going to do a speedy wrap up as to not keep them waiting too long. I don't see anybody. Okay. So to that, I hope you all have a wonderful morning or evening or whatever it is in between for you or whenever you end up watching this VOD, really. For those of you on the Ubles Tubles, we do this every Tuesday at 7:40 Pacific. And then every Wednesday is a 5:30 game Pacific also. Just, when people are available. And I usually get these uploaded typically by Monday if I remember to YouTube. And for those of you on the YouTube also, we do this over here on Twitch. So if ever you're curious and want to catch the game live or watch the VOD before the next Monday, we do this over here on Twitch. Twitch TV/Cube222. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and hopefully we catch you again tomorrow for even more D&D. And also to that point, thanks for the follows and the raids, and for y'all's hanging out and lurking. Sorry I didn't really say a whole lot, but I didn't want to interrupt them too much. Sorry. I still said what's up. Yeah, so let's call it here and catch you again tomorrow. All right. Whoop. All right. Time to talk shop and figure out how we're gonna transfer some of this stuff to the D&D 5.5. All right, y'alls. Have yourselves a good one. And remember, behind every locked door is an adventure waiting to be taken. So never be afraid to cross the threshold. Until next time.